Hi Jerry, what's up? This is Michael Williams, and I want to make a video about the success I had with your program. I have the 100% funding, and I have access to Flipster, so I use Flipster to find two properties in a high sought out area, and I did your double dip strategy with the real estate agent, and I won. I got the contract because of the double dip. He was excited to get both sides of the commission, and I did exactly what you said. I said I'm unrepresented, and I would like for you to write the contract with me, and he did it. We were a little bit back and forth with the seller. We were able to close. So this is the deal. I went into your Flipster program, and I went into the data cruncher. After I went through the data cruncher, I found some properties in an area that is close to the University of Memphis, which is where I am now. I usually come out to this park and work out a little bit, which I'm going to do today. I usually come out here and work out, and I drove the neighborhood, kind of see how the area was, and then I started checking on some zip codes, and I noticed that 38111 is a hot area because it's right near the University of Memphis, and a lot of guys are buying those houses to make rooming homes for students. So this is how the story went. Like I said, I went on to Data Cruncher, and I saw a house, and that was fairly close to the University of Memphis. And I looked up that house on your software. I put it into the system, and it said that it should be worth about $280,000. The guy wanted $90,000 for it. So I went and kind of looked at the area, and I noticed that there was a lot of new houses being built from the ground up, and a lot of houses being purchased and flipped, and so there was a lot of activity in the area. So I looked at that house, then I noticed that the person that had that house also had another house that was around the corner. So what I did is, when I talked to the agent, I noticed that, well, when I looked it up, I noticed that agent was on both of those houses, and he wanted $90,000 each for them. So I called him up. Actually, after I budgeted everything using your software, I said, okay, these houses need a lot of work, so it's probably going to take about, I figured about $50,000 each to get them fixed up properly. So I was telling the guy that the way I wrote it, I said it's gonna be. I said my numbers look at about 50-some thousand. I was actually talking about renovation. He said, "Well, I don't think he'll go that low, but he might try 60." I said, "Okay." So I used that to my advantage, and me and the guy were back and forth. We started at 56, then we got up to 60, so 60 each. So that's $120,000. I put it into your program, and I was about to get it funded with your. In fact, I was going to get it 100% funded by you. I submitted all the paperwork, and they came back, and Ms. Jarvis, I forgot her name, she said that everything was okay, so she was going to set me up with the title company. And as I thought, the first buyer ended up being a wholesaler that couldn't find his buyer. So I was like 9 to 8 days out, and I called another wholesaler that I knew, and he found a investor that was in this area. So I sent them to him. So he called me, and we and him have a conversation, and I told him what I was doing. I told him about 100% funded, how we were going to do it with the program. But he said, okay, we don't need to do the double closing. He said I can go ahead and just buy both of them outright. So, but the fact that the double dip strategy is actually the strategy that I use to get the houses under contract with the agent, who also said that there were 2 other bids that were close to or higher than mine, but he went with me because of the double dip strategy. So the double dip strategy does work, and I had called several more agents on other properties with that double dip strategy, and they were excited about it. So it does work. But what happened was I didn't do the 100% funded through your program. I got with the investor, and he bought both of them. And I was going to make a $15,000 profit on each one, which would have been $30,000. But he and I made that arrangement because I noticed that his LLC is on a lot of houses here in Memphis, so he was buying a lot of property. So instead, I told him, instead of going back and forth I would like to, have you as a mentor, someone I can go to when I needed some information. And like I said, this guy's buying a whole lot of property. So to me, it was worth it to take, we end up getting like $10,000 for both of them, or $5,000 each. So I cut off about $20,000, but he understood. He said a mentorship usually costs $15,000 to $20,000, which is correct. So me and him came to an agreement that we would do just $10,000, and anytime I ran into a problem, I can get with him, somebody that's here that's local, and he can help me with some situation, and he already has. So that was I think a great arrangement for me. So that worked out perfectly. But your program does work, and I am going through some of the other modules, and I'm going to do some more things with the program. I love the way it finds those properties that are undervalued, and it does the rehab budget and everything for you. The software is phenomenal. I had another software, but I dropped that software just to keep yours, because yours is going to help me to do the things that I really want to do. So I just wanted to make this quick video and show you and tell you that you are a flipping genius, because your software is off the chain. I watch all of your videos. I've learned so much from your free content. That's why I decided to jump in and get your 100% funding program. Your data cruncher and everything that's involved in the software is phenomenal. I was about to use your contract, but of course you say use the agent's contract when you buy from an agent. So I'm gonna also do some of the other modules you have, and try some other strategies as well using your software. So this is Michael Williams saying that the software that you have is phenomenal. Flipster is a powerful program, and if you don't have it, get it. Thanks, Jerry, and looking forward to doing more business with your software. Peace.